日本時間5月5日、米国時間5月4日、専門番組でシカゴ、ホワイトソックスの新人、村上宗隆の異次元の打撃が大きく取り上げられた。開幕から約30試合で13本塁打を放ち、アーロン、ジャッジと並びリーグトップに立つ快進撃は、全米に衝撃を与えている。番組内で解説を務めたマーク・デローサは、その理由を技術面から徹底分析。頭が全くぶれない安定したフォームと、圧倒的なバットスピードが最大の武器、と指摘し、打球の多くが引っ張り方向に集中する、パワー特化型の打者であると強調した。さらに特徴的なのは、その極端な打撃成績だ。二塁打、三塁打はゼロで、安打か本塁打、あるいは三振と四球という、スリートゥルーアウトカム型を体現。それでもなお、甘い球を逃さず仕留める破壊力は群を抜いている。村上の存在はチームにも波及し、打線全体の士気を押し上げている。ホワイトソックスに新たな風を吹き込む若き手法。その進化の行方から目が離せない。この後、番組では詳細な打撃分析と映像が続く。ぜひ最後までご覧いただきたい。
Welcome back to the Monday MLB Central presented by Blue Buffalo.
When Ataka Murakami with runners on at the corners. 3-2. This ball is drilled. Back it goes. Murakami has the power. Lucky number 13 on the season.
Murakami crushes this ball to right center. It doesn't matter what marine layer is out there. He drills this one over the right field, and it is absolutely smoked.
It absolutely was. Raise your hand if you had Murakami at the top of the home run leaderboard in 2026, tied with Aaron Judge for 13. Wow, what companies he's keeping. D-Row walked in, Case, and said Eric Nate's researcher to the stars gave him a manifesto that there's really too much information on Murakami. So you got to teach us everything you know about this guy.
I mean, this
his teammates love him.
This thing had weight.
Wait.
He gave me a pound and a half on Murakami.
Give you a packet.
Yeah, they went out. They said, Robert, on the off day,
and
had the sushi dinner.
Uh-huh.
He's bringing boys together. You're probably the worst person for me to have do this because you are the complete opposite of this guy. You're shooting balls the other way. This guy
is not.
Well, I think he's playing with one third of the field. But I think it's sustainable. Watching like Kyle Schwarber go about it, we'll comp him. The numbers are kind of eerily similar. I know it's a short sample size, but this guy broke Sadahara O's single season record for bombs over in the MPP. He's had monster. I laid eyes on him in 2023. So right here, bring up the first board of what he's doing in his first 32 games in the show for the White Sox. All right, there we go. He's tied for first in homers. Slug, he's 17th. Walks a ton. Hard hit percentage, he's second. Barrel percentage, he's fourth. Case,
wow.
He is a three true outcome monster.
He really
There's no in between. Hot change me. Look at the names on this board. Did one stand out to you? We both played with him.
Russell Brand.
Russell
Big Russell Muscle.
Only guy I ever saw. We went into Kinston, 1997. This guy had 40 jacks in A-ball.
Dude,
I had 3.
He was...
I was like,
he was so legit.
What is happening?
So legit, Russ.
Russ was a monster. But there he is right there. He's a three true outcome guy. But I think it plays. I want to dive into some of his bombs, see what he does really well, see what he struggles at, some adjustments he's going to have to make. Okay, 2023. We're winning the game 1-0. Obviously, we didn't have the memo. You're supposed to elevate heaters to him because that ball was absolutely flushed off Merrill Kelly. But look, he's made subtle changes from 2023. He was a little bit more closed off. 2026, since he's come over, a little bit more open. Give me the side angle of it.
Bat tip, more of a bat tip setup.
There you go. Pause that.
Yeah, he's more out.
A little bit more into his legs right here. Nothing crazy.
Front elbow straighter on his setup than it is here, yeah.
Hands are a little further back, pushed back in 23. So he's made subtle adjustments. The one I noticed, though, is him opening up that front hip a little bit more, giving him a little bit more clearance to the pull side and Case. He's not even thinking about going the other way.
No.
Let's get into some of his bombs, and we're going to go through this a little bit. Because there's one thing that jumps off the page for me when I watch him hit on a nightly basis. The balance point. His eyes never move. We talked about this with McGonigal. A lot of moving parts, but his head stays still. When you watch Murakami hit, I mean, he is cemented in the box. His feet ain't sliding around the box. He's never off balance. Yes, he's a ton of swing and miss, and there's some holes in his game. But if you leave it over the heart of the plate, he absolutely destroys it. He catches every stitch of these things.
Well, you know what, too? There's a little bit of the Aaron Judge, like, you know, can you bring that back? Because I want to show, like,
Run that back.
It's the thought of, so watch the leg kick come back. Just run it slow if you can. Right there. Pause right there. So it's the thought process what we talked about. Yeah, he's loading the back hip. He's staying on the backside. That's where he generates his power. Then he does a great job of staying through the baseball. But it's the thought process of the one, you know, ready to launch. One, when it hits. Two. So as soon as that front foot hits, he's ready to roll. Watch. You can see it right here. As soon as that front foot hits, watch. He's going to launch. And that's it right there. Hold the backside with the leg kick, and that front foot hits, it's launch time.
There he is. All right, the reason I bring up A-Rod is because I don't think anybody did it better as far as their foundation. Run that back for me. Real quick, I have to show people what I mean. You can't just throw A-Rod up there and not explain it. Run this and pause it. The thing that always enamored, first off, A-Rod's a monster.
Yeah.
But when he would hit the ball for a homer, he would sit there, his legs, everything. He could almost sit down and have like a cup of coffee. And when I watch Murakami swing, the head doesn't move. He's boom.
Right. Yeah. Everything's
the foundation of what he's doing.
Is so balanced.
Yeah. Okay, run it. And then the front hip being wide open. He has made a decision. I'm gonna try and pull everything. Because his spray chart's crazy. Plays a little bit with center field, but everything is on this side.
The one thing about this spray chart is, do you ever see single and home run? He has no doubles and no triple. I've never seen anything like it. I looked at his stats.
Outhouse or Castle?
I said, I want to see how many doubles and triples that.
0.
2 donuts. 0. So it's singles or homers.
All right, hot changes, Dev. There you go. Highest slug to pull straight away. Look at your boy Mickey Moniak. Ben Rice.
These are some of the best sluggers in the game. You talk about the guys that are the best.
So what is he susceptible to? Everyone's susceptible to the high cheese and some nasty off-speed stuff. But if you leave it over the heart of the plate, you don't have to be perfect on off-speed pitches. Nobody hits devastating splits and nasty sliders. But the hangers, look at the balance. Yeah. Watch where this ball goes. It goes into the trees.
Yeah. He's going to have to be really, really good at staying on these balls that are mistake off-speed pitches like that. Just some that leak back over the plate, because the splits are real with velo, D-Row. The splits are real as far as the velo goes up.
Run that back.
Struggles a little bit more, but he's going to have to make his money off these pitches.
This is one of the coolest home runs of the year, right? Watch Murakami hit this. Watch as this ball's leaving. Check out the sunset in Arizona. Wow. You think he's fit? Look at that.
What? Yeah, nice get right.
Think you're having a moment if you're him? Sun setting, I'm going for a stroll on a changeup that just leaks.
Yeah.
All right, so I wanted to bring up Kyle Schwarber because it's interesting. If you look at it, fastballs, Schwarb's absolutely hammers. Breaking stuff, he struggles, but if they're over the heart of the plate, they still add to the homer totals.
Right.
So he's going to punch out a ton. Listen, it's his first 30-some-odd games in the show, and he's got 13 big ones.
It's impressive.
And he's kind of changed the narrative around the White Sox a little bit with him and Colson Montgomery.
And Schwarber was the third best hitter in baseball with those numbers last year. So if you're comparing Murakami to Schwarber, you're talking about a guy who could be in the MVP voting.
One thing he is going to have to work on, but in case I'm interested to hear your thoughts, we can get back in. We've heard this with Trout. We've heard this at times with Acuna, that they're susceptible to top rail heaters. But if you run this, and if you miss over the heart of the plate, anything middle down is destroyed. Just lock in on this. This is Drew Pomerantz coming up next. Left on left, he picks this off the bottom of the zone and kills it. And then I want one more from Sacramento, and I want you to lock in on where this lands, because this is a grand slam. Batter's eye. We're going over it.
And that was 98. That was 98 mile four-seamer. He said, hello.
So everyone says, oh, he's susceptible to the top rail fastball. Anything 95 plus with stuff. The difference is, and you see it here, he's cold up top. But you miss here. Chipper Jones used to say this to me all the time because I was always bad in.
Right.
And he'd be like, D-Row, how many guys can land 3 heaters on the black end?
None.
I'm like, not many. He's like, stop worrying about it.
Stop swinging at it. No, it's true. It's true. I told my kids growing up, they said, Dad, I can't get to that inside fastball. I go, don't, it's a take. It's a no swing. If they can do it 3 times, tip your cap. I think the big thing with Murakami is going to be plate discipline. He has great plate discipline.
Yeah.
Can he hone in on that zone right there? Can he make sure that he's locking into that pitch that's middle in, and down?
I'm going to need a little bit more red as this progresses, but let's give it some time. I know we got one more board. Fastball splits. So here, look, anything elevated 2.75 feet, right, Nays? He's 2 for 22. You miss down or over the heart,
He's getting you.
He's booking you.
Plate discipline.
He did Nate so proud.
Very similar profile to Lauren Shahad.
Very similar.
Where were you? Langley
You know what I
High
mean?
or what was it?
Langley High, all district, by the
There
way.
you
Get
go.
to know me.
You were 3 true outcomes.
True.
Punch out, punch out, punch
White
out.
Sox are in Anaheim to take on the Angels. They've got Davis Martin throwing for them. He is 4-1, and the ERA, I believe, is below 1. No, it's below 2. My bad. But he's still pitching well. Case, great stuff, man.
Thanks.
You were having
Help.
such a show.
Help.
Yeah, I know. One error.
One error.
But
And then you're thinking about it for the rest of the day. Except he won't. He
hey,
won't.
I will not. Hey.
The White Sox here, they're playing with such confidence, but the starting pitching was a question mark going into spring training. Who in this rotation has really stood out to you, Tyler?
Davis Martin. I mean, the way that he's pitched, and we'd seen flashes of him in years prior, but for him to pitch the way that he is right now, it's something that this Sox team needs. And usually when you're like an up-and-coming team, you don't have all the pitching pieces there quite yet. And you're starting to see a little bit with Noah Schultz stepping up, but Davis Martin's been a guy who's been there all season long, and I think he's been a very, very productive player for this team.
You can't talk about the White Sox right now without talking about the rookie, Munetaka Murakami, currently tied for first in home runs with Aaron Judge, 13 on the season. Ruthie, how has his skill set just helped him dominate right now in the MLB?
You know, there were so many question marks around whether or not his game was going to translate to the Major League Baseball system here in the United
Sox
States.
signed him 2 years, $34 million.
I think it's all right, right? And I think you're already hearing some rumblings of we got to get this guy here for a long time, right? But I do want to just talk about the fact that he's elevating the guys around him, and I kind of touched on this earlier when we were just starting our White Sox conversation. But I think what Munetaka Murakami is bringing to the White Sox right now is just sort of the ability to want to win these games. And it's not just about, hey, can we compete? Can we be a little bit better than we were last season? He's a competitor, and his personality, I think, is really translating and really lifting everyone in that dugout. You look at a guy like Colson Montgomery, who you wanted to be the star, and now Munetaka Murakami is also the star, and they're kind of got this dual competitive, but also this really fun relationship where I think they're getting the best out of each other, and that's what's so cool to see from a guy like Munetaka Murakami.
They also have a handshake that they debuted recently. You talk about Munetaka Murakami. If you study him, I looked this up, but he's got the top bat speed between the 2 baseball teams here in Chicago. You combine that with his strength, and when you really watch it closely, he's not even getting all the pitch whenever he's hitting these home runs, but it's the bat speed and the strength that's been really impressive combining for all these home runs, Tyler.
And you know, I think the craziest stat for Munetaka so far this season, he doesn't have a double. He doesn't have a triple.
It's either single, walk, strikeout, or home run.
Yeah, I mean, it's a true like 4 outcome kind of guy, but the fact that he doesn't have an extra base hit besides a home run is one of the more ridiculous stats that you'll see, but it also goes to show what his power is. Yeah. He's going to get all of it, even though he may not square up the ball, but he's going to get, because of that bat speed, like you mentioned, Tina, he's going to get every single bit of every pitch.
And I think what's really fun about the home runs that he's hitting is that it's coming in meaningful moments. It's not just in garbage time or when the game's doesn't matter. Like, these are game-changing home runs that are really creating momentum for a White Sox team that needs it.
Real quick, got to touch on Colson Montgomery. Him and Mooney have homered in the same game 7 times this season, most by any pair of teammates in baseball. Just a year ago, Tyler, he got sent down to Arizona to reset, but he's really proven that he belongs in the MLB.
Not just that, it's not just the bat. His glove has been very good too. And when you've got that dual threat guy at a premium defensive position like shortstop, you're going to find yourself making yourself a lot of money in this league. And I think that the pairing of him and also Murakami, like those are 2 lefty sluggers in your lineup that you can depend on night in and night.
今回も最後までご視聴いただき本当にありがとうございました。動画の内容を楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。もしよろしければチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆さんの応援が今後の動画制作の大きな励みになります。それではまた次回の動画でお会いしましょう。